Hi, I'm Sandra, and I'm a banker. I'm a personal banker. I've been in banking for about 3 years. So the latest story was a guy who came in stating his credit card was blocked, and so I checked his account and his credit card, and it was blocked. So the first thing I asked him was, "Did you not do this?" And he said no. He tried to make a purchase and wasn't able to do so. So I checked with the credit card department, and they said the card was blocked because the client was reported as deceased. And I said, well, he's standing in front of me. And they were like, well, that is what the credit bureaus have reported to us. And so basically, I had to prove that he was alive and kicking in order to get everything activated again. But that caused a lot of inconvenience for him. Having to go through the process again of, he had to contact the credit bureaus, he had to do an investigation, find out what happened. So it was a whole process for him to get everything reinstated. I think he just reached out to Social Security office. He called all three credit bureaus.
He had to call all three credit bureaus?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then I had to type up a handwritten letter to our credit card department just to let them know that no, I've seen the client, he's in front of me, I've ID'd him, and yeah. It took about a week. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's a bit of a process. It's not anything instant. Nothing ever is, especially when it comes to credit. Because we have certain guidelines, there's compliance, there's procedures that have to be followed to make sure that we are in compliance. So,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, they got an email, I think it was Amazon, that they purchased something, but they didn't. And I think they called a number. It was a really interesting story. So they called a number, and then they said that Microsoft was on the phone with them.
Microsoft?
Yes, and they could see everything that they were doing on the screen. And I said, did you consent to that? And they were like, well, we're not sure. We just called the number and they just told us to do this, this, and this. And we did it. And they could see everything that we were doing. And they could, basically do things for us. They could see what we had on the screen. So, they immediately came to the bank to make sure that they couldn't get into their accounts. So of course, I advised them to check with their internet service provider to see if they have a good virus protection. But also because they were so scared, they had to close out their accounts because, they had access to everything they were doing online, so you can't take any risks. So they had to close out their accounts, open new checking accounts. The hassle with that as well is, of course, if you have automatic transactions set up, automatic recurring transactions, you have to change everything. You have to change your direct deposit. Some people have multiple direct deposits coming in. You have to change all of those, all your automatic transactions. So, yeah, all your recurring debit card payments or anything that comes out of your account, you have to change all of that and set it up again. Yes. So it's definitely a process. Also, about a week or two to talk to their internet service provider. They had to come back and see me. Of course, we have to do our due diligence as well, make sure that nothing comes out of the account, so we have to watch out as well. Yeah, So definitely about a week or two. And then, yeah. I'm not sure how long it took them to change everything as far as direct deposits and stuff. That's up to them. So she recently had set up her PayPal because she uses her debit card a lot. And as a banker, I advise actually not to use your debit card everywhere because it's direct access to your cash, to your funds, to your account. So anyway, she thought that, what if I open a PayPal? It would be safer because I don't have to share my debit card information with anyone, my debit card number, my account number. I don't have to share that with anyone if I want to make a purchase. So PayPal houses all that information, so you can set up your debit card, your checking account, and then if you want to make a payment, you log into PayPal and make the payment. So all of a sudden, she had set it up, and shortly after, maybe about a week or two later, she was scrolling through her Facebook, and it said that, oh, thank you, you've made a donation of $75 to this and this organization. And she's like, I did not make that donation. I did not do this. So she was looking again, and she found out it was through PayPal, and for some reason on Facebook, it was telling her that she made that donation.
Through Facebook?
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if she has the two linked or... So she had to wait for those to post, close that account, open a new checking account, set up her direct deposit again with her employer, set up all her other payments that were coming out. So it's a process. Definitely minimum about 2 weeks, as well as with filing the dispute, because you have to, if you can't figure out how the transaction took place, you have to file a dispute. That takes time as well because the bank has to investigate to see whether it was really unauthorized or not. So it's definitely a process. Never, no one.
Wow. So
I've never found out or no one else even in the bank knows.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Definitely have a good virus protection on your computer. I would definitely recommend that. At the bank, we make people aware just to be cautious. What all we can do is recommend. So just be cautious. There's a lot of emails, we call it phishing, where they send an email inviting you to click on a link saying that, oh, you've made this purchase somewhere where it wasn't you, but a lot of people will actually click on that link. If you don't have any sort of protection, you're vulnerable. You can everything is exposed. Your bank information, credit card, debit card numbers, whatever you use to purchase items online, it's all compromised, and you have to block everything, reissue. It's a process. And so first of all, be mindful, just be cautious on what you click on. Second, a good virus protection, virus scanner. And third is just awareness. You have to really be careful and be mindful of where you use your basically what you use your debit card for, where you purchase. Is it a reputable company? If not, should you be purchasing from them? There's a lot of legwork that goes into that, and a lot of people just don't think about it. So unfortunately, I see a lot of things happen where it could have been prevented, but no one really thinks about it. It just happens. I mean, of course we have secure SSL encryption. So it is secure when you log in through your online banking, But if you have been compromised, there's nothing that we can do.
Wow, there's nothing the bank can do. So
No.
what do you tell people if they are compromised as a bank? What do you tell them?
We have to file a dispute. That's the first thing, and then there will be an investigation. But it's reactive. It's not, it's something you do after the fact instead of preventing it from happening in the first place. So instead of filing dispute, going through the process, having to close your accounts, get all new debit cards, credit cards, all that's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. So it's, that's what the bank can do, but it's a reactive measure. And I think that people should be proactive in protecting themselves.
Hey guys, this is Teresa, also known as IDSeal Girl. I just watched the video interview with the banker, and this is going to be my take on all three situations. Situation of the young man who found out that he was dead through his credit report, through the credit bureaus. Secondly, the elderly couple who got a fraudulent email from supposedly Amazon, and the young lady who had set up a PayPal account and then realized through Facebook she made a donation which she didn't really make. So first instance, it's very difficult to be declared dead anywhere. You would have to tell a federal government employee that you're dead. Probably not you, but probably a family member would have to tell somebody from the government that you're dead. They'll take that up to the higher ups, and they'll basically put you in the government database, deceased, gone. How this guy got declared dead on his credit bureau report is beyond me. So when he found this out, he went to the banks, and the bank told him that there was nothing that could be done. And it took him about a week going through the credit bureau to get that taken off of his credit report. It's like, I'm not dead. There is no death certificate with my name on it or anything. It took him a week. The bank couldn't help him. He basically had to redo all of his accounts, shut down all of his bank accounts, and start over fresh with new bank numbers and everything. I feel bad for the elderly folk because they're not very familiar with technology. They didn't know if they had made a purchase or not. So Amazon told them to click a link where Microsoft could see everything on their computer. That's freaky. It's like, you don't want people seeing what's on your computer. Everything had to be redone. And it's really sad that that's what it comes out to, that's all the bank can do is close down your accounts and open them back up, just to make sure that nothing's being taken out of your account. Third instance, the young lady who opened up a PayPal account, and basically Facebook told her that she had made a donation when she really hadn't. You used to think that Facebook was secure. We used to believe that PayPal was secure, that PayPal was one of the most secure ways of payment online that you could have. I mean, eBay uses it, Etsy uses it. I'm sure there are numerous other businesses online that use PayPal because it's supposed to be secure. I'm not telling you, with all these different stories, I'm not telling you to close down Facebook, to delete your email account, or to get rid of your PayPal account. No. Again, the banks can only do one thing to help you, and that's to close down your accounts and open them back up to keep fraudulently taken money from being taken out of your account. So anyway, if you like this video, please click that like button. Please click that subscribe button. And if you have any topics or any subjects that you would like us to discuss in later videos, please do not be afraid to let us know by leaving a comment in the comment box. As always, this is Teresa, also known as IDSeal Girl, signing out. Have a good night, guys.